Am I carrying?
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'll apologize. I don't sound so good. Yeah, I don't sound too good. I know. Lost my voice, I think, from doing the lives yesterday. But we're here now, and today's an important episode. We missed Money Monday last time, but so I didn't want to miss it this time. Because today's a very important episode. As much as might not get as many views or whatever, I think talking about stuff like this is is how you, number one, learn how to make money, make the money, and then most importantly, keep the money. Okay, because one of the worst things is that people are not able to preserve their resources, and what we're going to talk about today will hopefully help you guys with that. I know I sound like crap. I apologize. I'm going to try my best to get through with this crappy voice. As you guys know, we got after hours today. We'll see. Maybe it'll be crisp and fresh instead. But yeah. So today's episode is on minimalism, right? And I'm streaming it, guys, right now to all platforms. We're live on Fresh and Fit. We're live on Rumble. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Kick. We're live everywhere. And I guess I'll talk about what it is, how I got into it, and then ways to really achieve this so that you guys can go ahead and, live a better life. Because I'm telling you guys, materialism is not all it's cracked up to be. As someone now that, when I worked in the professional world, I was a 6-figure earner, now multimillionaire. Possessions are not all they're cracked up to be. I promise you guys, they're not. They're really not, right? So, yeah, and again, I apologize, guys, because I did drink some tea and honey earlier, but I did like a 11-hour stream yesterday, 10 or 11-hour stream yesterday, so that's why I don't sound the best. So let me see here if we have any chats. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. And I'm live streaming everywhere, OSS, CastleClub, etc. Litwaf, bro, end the show and give us a PowerPoint presentation to the OSS. You can reset so you can rest. Nah, man, we gonna get this done, bro. We gonna get this done. We missed Money Monday last week, and I wasn't too happy about that. So we're gonna get this done. So, okay. Jiggy Caesar says, Myron, I'm leaving my current job for a better job that has more benefits and room to grow. But I'm taking a $12K pay cut because I get a better work-life balance. I know I'm taking a gamble, but I think I did the right thing. Yeah, I mean, if that work-life balance is going to allow you to make more money, maybe start a side business or something, then it makes sense. But if you're going to take that, $12K pay cut so that you can party more or do drugs or drink alcohol, then no, that's an L. Don't do that. Okay? So it depends on that. Like, are you going to go ahead and take that pay cut so that you can have more time so you can build a business up or make money? That's fine. But if you're going to take that money to, be a degenerate, then no. So I hope you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay. So let's start with what is minimalism. It's very simple, guys. It's in the name. It's not owning a lot of things. Now, when you don't own a lot of things, what ends up happening is you start to care less. And when you care less about material possessions, it frees you up to worry about things that matter more. Okay? Now, obviously, this is very difficult to do in 2025 and beyond because we live in an Instagram world. We live in a world where materialism, having nice things, nice cars, nice houses, nice clothing, nice, things in general is the norm, right? And it's kind of in your face now because thanks to social media, not only is materialism thrown in your face, you're encouraged to constantly buy things and have materials so you can go ahead and flex to other people. That's the world that we're in now, right? That's the world that we're in. We're in a very materialistic world. And things get worse because, this is a dating podcast. We talk to you guys all the time about getting girls and being more attractive, etc. The thing that sucks with that is, in order to attract women nowadays, you have to have some semblance of materialism, right? Or at least create the facade, right? That you have the ability to create materialism, or you have materials. And this comes from female hypergamy. Women are designed where they want resources, right? They have a proclivity to want a man that has excess resources. This is just simply biology. And as your job as a man, your job is to have access to those resources and present said resources in excess so you have the best mating opportunities. So it is a natural thing. So what I'm asking you guys to do isn't necessarily easy, okay? I understand that it's difficult, but if you can get by your hindbrain, right, and figure out a way to do this in a way where it doesn't, you're able to still maintain high sexual market value while simultaneously not owning too many things, it makes things a lot simpler for you, right? So that's what materialism is, right? Now, let's talk about, now that we talked about materialism and what it is, let's go through my journey real quick, right? About how I got to this. So prior to college, I was very materialistic. I was all about dressing nice, wearing, I'm a little bit older, so I'm really revealing my age here. But I had the Jordans, I had the Ed Hardys, I had the True Religion jeans, I had all that stuff, right? From like 2007 up until I started college, like my sophomore year of college. I was I needed new Sixes, I needed new Jordans, I needed new True Religions, I needed new Ed Hardys. I got to be, looking good. I worked at Macy's at the time. I did, as you guys know, I did loss prevention working for Macy's. So working for Macy's made it where I was always in front of nice things. I was always pretty fashionably trending. I was pretty fashionable, I was always fashionably forward because I was working at a department store that had access to and had all the designer brands, right? And my wave spinning back then, I'm like 17, 18 years old. It's my junior/senior year of high school, right? I'm wearing the nicest Ralph Lauren, all that stuff. Because I went to a high school that was very urban. I guess I'll say it like that. It was an urban school. I went to New Britain High School in New Britain, Connecticut. Okay. So that was what it was. You got to be fresh. We're listening to Dipset, all that crap, right? So I go to college, right? I go to Northeastern University, which is a very good school now. I'm actually shocked at how competitive it's become. Like a 4% acceptance rate, 4 to 5% acceptance rate now, 6%, something like that. Better than some of the Ivy League schools now. And the school even back then was difficult to get into. It was the #1 private school in the country at one point, right, when I was there. So I go there, and I make friends. I walk onto the rowing team, right, because I was always in a pretty damn good shape. And I got in shape. Well, I was skinny. That was another reason, too, why I was materialistic. I'm sorry I didn't mention this. I was skinny growing up, guys. I didn't hit the gym until I was 18 years old, right? I didn't go to the gym for the first time until I was 18 years old. That's when I started lifting weights. Up until then, I was skinny, rail thin, right? So that summer after I graduated high school, after I got bullied and stuff, right? Because I dressed nice, but I was a stick figure. So after I graduated, I started going to the gym. I'll never forget. Big Sky Gym outside in Newington, Connecticut. I know it lives in Central Connecticut. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Big Sky Gym, Newington, Connecticut. They should pay me for saying that. But that was the first gym I went to, right? It was a pretty good gym. Trained there for about a year or 2 years. My first year in college, I went to school at Central Connecticut State University, CCSU in New Britain, Connecticut. I went there for a year, right? After I went there for a year, I applied to go to school at Northeastern. I got in, right? Because my high school grades weren't that great. So the second year, someone said, how did I become a D1 athlete? Listen to the story, dummy. Don't be stupid. Listen to the story. So graduated from high school, 2008, very skinny. Start going to the gym that summer of 2008. Start working out. 2008, 2009, into 2009, I'm working out, getting a good amount of weight, shoot up from 164 pounds, 166 pounds to about 215 pounds, right? Do a little cut. Get down to around 210, 205. That year that I was in Connecticut, I was working at Macy's and going to school at CCSU. So I lived with my parents. I had all this extra money. I was buying the new Jordans every week. I was getting new clothes. I was looking, fresh, whatever. I go to school at Northeastern fall of 2009. I start at Northeastern, fall of 2009. I walk onto the rowing team that fall, right? Because at this point, I had been training for like a year and a half, 2 years now, right? I walk onto the team. I have my Jordans, all that other stuff. I'm with white boys from Long Island, Providence, other parts of Connecticut that aren't the hood, right? Upstate New York, all over the Northeast, right? New Hampshire, Vermont, people from California. Northeast was a private school, so it attracted a lot of kids from all over the country, Florida. And I realized all these kids came from, affluent areas and all over the United States, right? And none of them wore Jordans. None of them wore designer. None of them wore any of this stuff. And I kind of peeped this, and I was like, what's going on here? And I quickly learned that the only people that wear designer, the only people that wear fancy, expensive, overpriced clothing and sneakers like this are idiots, right? People that aren't really financially astute. And I said, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. And I downsized. I stopped buying Jordans. I stopped buying Nike foam posits, $200 a pair. I stopped buying True Religion jeans, Ed Hardy, Polo, Lacoste. I stopped buying all that. I just stopped. Focus more on the gym, creating an aesthetic physique, right? At this point, Z's was blowing up. This is like 2010, 2011-ish now, right? And I'm like, I'm going to go to the gym. Who cares about clothes? I make the clothes. The clothes don't make me, right? Traded in my Jordans for Sperry's, wore regular Levi's jeans, and that was the beginning, right? After I graduated college, I worked for the government. Cared even less, right? I'll never forget. I moved into my first apartment, 830 Faskin Boulevard, Laredo, Texas, right? Carmel Apartments. That's where I lived. I moved into my little apartment. There was nothing there. It was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. You walk in, living room is there, kitchen to the side. To your right is the kitchen. The front is the little living room area, very small. Little bedroom, and then you go in and bathroom's right there with the closet. I bought one couch, put it there, a little TV. I had a table, like a dining room table, cost me like $97. I'll never forget that. I bought a mattress, put it on the floor, slept on that, and that's it. It's all I had. A couch, one table with one chair, a little TV, mattress on the bed, on the floor. That's it, right? So this was like my journey. Then, after I graduated from, after I left Texas, right, because I was such a minimalist, the number one thing, and this is going to be a pro tip for you guys, the number one thing I said, I need an apartment that's furnished when I move to Miami. I'm not about to buy a bunch of furniture. I did this for 2 reasons. Number one, it saves money. Number two, when I do decide to move out, I don't have all this stuff I got to drag with me, right? So I went ahead, got an apartment right here in Brickell, down the street, not too far from where I'm at right now. Pay $1,700 a month. I moved in 2018. So let's go through this timeline real quick. 2007, 2008, I'm on my flyboy thing, right? Diplomats, Cameron, we're dressing well, we're wearing nice stuff, Ed Hardy, designer, all that, right? 2007 up until about 2009. I do 1 year CCSU, still hanging out with the boys in New Britain, Connecticut. Fall of 2009, I start in Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts. Still wear the designer stuff, whatever, but I start to get red-pilled on minimalism. I realized that the most affluent and powerful families in America, which I all went to school with, none of them do this. So around 2010, 2011, ditch all that stuff. About a year and a half later, I got red pill on that, ditch all the Jordans, ditch all that stuff. Traded my True Religion jeans for Levi's. Traded my Jordans for Sperry's. Traded my Ed Hardys for like maybe one regular basic polo, and I just kept it pushing with that. Traded in my North Face for Patagonia, and never looked back since. Then, right, I graduated from college, 2014. I graduate the academy, etc. I go in Laredo, Texas. I get into my first apartment, don't own anything. A couch, a table, a dining room table cost me $100. Couch cost me like $200, and a mattress that cost me like $300. Lived like that for 4 years. Left in 2018, end of 2018. Or early 2018, excuse me. Got to Miami, got an apartment that was fully furnished. I drove across the United States with my Honda, 2002 Honda, with everything that I owned in it. Some clothes, and that's it. No furniture, no nothing. I get here, put my deposit, pay $1,700 a month, living in an apartment that's fully furnished. That's a hack, guys. Huge hack. Right? Then after I moved out of that apartment, I didn't start procuring things, and I didn't move out that apartment until I started the Fresh Fit podcast. The only reason I even own things now, right? Whether it's this American flag behind me, the signs, all this stuff, right? All this stuff that you guys see here, right? I own it because of the podcast. If it weren't for the podcast, I would have nothing. Okay? And it's funny because, like, if you go in my room, there's nothing in there. Okay? Literally nothing in there. I got like a little dresser, a nightstand, some clothes or whatever, but I don't care about any of it. Right? And this is where I want you guys to be. Now, obviously, I had to go on my evolution to figure this out. Right? But I'm hoping I can save you guys a couple thousand or tens of thousands in buying the designer, buying the shoes and everything, realizing like, yo, it's not worth it. It's dumb. You don't need that. If anything, put that money into going to the gym, focusing on yourself. Right? Make the clothes look good on you. You wear the clothes don't wear you. Right? You don't need an expensive suit. It's better to have a cheap suit, right, that's tailored well, than to have an expensive suit that's not tailored. I'm going to say that again for you guys. It's more important to have a cheap suit that's tailored than an expensive suit that's not tailored. Okay? So let's start with now. I gave you guys my evolution. So first, I explained what minimalism is. Then I gave you guys my journey of minimalism. Now let's talk about how to actually achieve this. Okay. So first, I want you guys to own 200 to 300 things. Okay, 200 to 300 things. You're gonna need to start getting rid of things. All right, 200 to 300 things. That's number one. Number two. How are we going to get rid of these things? If you haven't used it in the last 30 to 90 days, it's time to get rid of it, man. Okay? If you haven't used it in the past 30 to 90 days, get rid of it. All right? A lot of you guys have a bunch of stuff in storage, random stuff, clogging you up, mental capacity. Get rid of it. Okay? Next, here, I'll put some notes for you guys real quick. Don't buy any new clothes. No need. All right? All you need when it comes to clothes is this. I'll make it very simple for you guys. One pair of black jeans. One pair of blue jeans. Right? Maybe a pair of dark jeans, dark blue. That's it for pants and jeans. Then a black shirt, a white shirt, maybe a jean jacket, a leather jacket, right? One pair of chukka boots, one pair of Chelsea boots, one pair of white tennis shoes. That's it, dude. You can mix and match those outfits with the jean jackets and everything else like that. 1 or 2 hoodies, right? A couple hoodies. Obviously, a couple t-shirts. Some idiot saying minimalism is a scam. Don't fall for it. I'm living in a hotel in Thailand. All right, bro, whatever. There's a difference between being a minimalist and then being a brokey. You're just a brokey. Big difference, my friend. Big difference being a brokey versus being a minimalist. Let me say this too, okay? Because I'm actually glad that guy said that. Some of you guys are just poor and broke, and you're gonna say I'm a minimalist because of that. No, that's cope. That's cope. It's one thing to be a minimalist because you're choosing to be. It's another thing to be a minimalist because you're forced to be. Big difference. Okay? Big difference. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. Excuse me. So don't own many things, guys. All right? Couple shirts, 5 shirts, 2-3 pairs of jeans, 2-3 pairs of shoes, right? 1 jean jacket, maybe 1 leather jacket, timeless pieces, 2-3 hoodies, depending on where you're at. If you're very in a cold area, get like a big jacket, 1 big jacket. Mix and match that, you're good. All right? Couple shirts, that's it. Nothing crazy. Solid tees work, right? And then, 3-4 pairs of like gym shorts, workout t-shirts, 1 pair of sneakers to work out. Cool, right? Then, so 200 to 300 things. Limited wardrobe. If you haven't used it in 30 to 90 days, get rid of it. Okay, here's another thing. I don't cook, guys. I don't cook, all right? And the reason why I don't cook is because it's a big time waster, and you have to have a bunch of stuff in the house to do it. Pots, pans, all this stuff, all right? Now, I've done this before with Brandon Carter. Figure out how much you make an hour or what you're worth an hour, okay? I'll be honest. A lot of you guys are going to figure out once you do the math that cooking for yourself is extremely burdensome, time-consuming, and you could probably use that time to make more money, okay? Me and Brandon have the joke, we say cooking is for poor people. I'll be honest with you guys, in a lot of ways it is, okay? I highly suggest you either A, eat out, or B, smarter option, is to get a meal prep service. Why? With a meal prep service, you could pay $70, $100 a week, $50 a week, depending on where you live, different pricing. You know how much calories you're getting in. A lot of times the macros are cut out for you. Protein grams, how many grams of protein, carbs, and fats. You can eat 2 to 3 of those a day. And then focus on working. Because cooking, when you actually do all the math, is extremely burdensome, okay? You got to get pots and pans. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to let the food thaw out. You got to prepare the food. You got to chop stuff up, get it ready, get seasoning, cook, clean, put stuff away, right? Some people like to, cook all their stuff on a Sunday, get all their meal stuff prepped for Sunday. You can do that too if you want. But honestly speaking, right, you guys should all be working to outsourcing cooking immediately. That's one of the first things you want to outsource. Okay? One of the first things you want to outsource. Because I'm telling you guys, when you do the math and you calculate how long it takes you to go to the grocery store, pick up the groceries, prepare the groceries, actually cook, then sit down, eat, clean up after yourself, everything, bro, it is extremely time consuming. Extremely. Nobody I know that's successful cooks their own food, unless they're like, even guys that are like top tier chefs. They don't even cook for themselves. Okay? You got a girlfriend or something, that's different. But I highly suggest that you guys outsource cooking right away. And I'll tell another reason why you want to outsource it is because the pots and pans and everything else, less on your mind. Guys, the purpose of being a minimalist is so that you don't have to worry about stuff. You focus on stuff that matters. Making more money, your business, doing your job, working more hours. That's what you care about. You want to put all your effort and resources into things that make you money, okay? Not take away mental clarity and bog you down, okay? So cooking is a silent time killer. Now, I understand some of you guys in the chat. Some of you guys are Emerald Lagasse. You guys want to cook and you guys want to be able to, hey, bam, you know what I mean? You guys think you're Bobby Flay, whatever. Fine. You enjoy cooking, it's a hobby. Do it in a manner where it's not as destructive. You're cooking on a Sunday, the whole day. You're getting the food already out for the week. I can tolerate that. I can tolerate that. But this cooking every day, all this other stuff, bro, come on, man. You're in the zone, you're working, now you got to get up and flip some steaks. Come on, man. Right? So, like, and I tell people this too. Like, if you ever get into content creation, right? If you ever get into content creation, whether you're a YouTuber or a TikTok or Instagram, whatever, the number one thing I tell everybody, outsource editing. That's the first thing you need to outsource, right? Outsourcing editing is like the equivalent to like what I say, like in your life, you want to be a minimalist, become successful, outsource cooking, bro. Outsource cooking. So, boom, we got a chef in the house. He says, Chef Tony, I've been a chef for 22 years, executive for 7, and I never want to cook anything outside of work. Thank you so much for that, Chef Tony. I appreciate you, bro. There you go. You got a professional chef right there telling y'all. There you go. You know? And guys, I'm telling you, it's not that expensive to outsource the cooking. I'm telling you guys, it really isn't. Every single one of you guys in here can make 6 figures a year. Every single one of you guys watching me right now can make 6 figures a year. If you can make 6 figures per year, you can absolutely outsource cooking. Okay? That's another thing, right, that we're going to talk about with the minimalism. I need you guys to focus on cutting out whatever you need to cut out so that you can make $100,000 per year. Okay? I need you guys to make $10K per month. That is the goal. $10K per month. I don't care if you got to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, etc. You need to have things where nothing is bogging you down. And being a minimalist will help you with that. Your only focus is to make $100K per year. If you have to acquire tools and items and stuff like that so you can make that money, that's one thing. But like in your personal life, if you don't need it, you get rid of it. Like I told you guys before, 30, 90 days. If you're not using it, get rid of it. Okay? I'll read chats here in a second. Another thing that will help you guys a lot. Books, magazines, all this stuff. Go digital, guys. Go digital. Okay? Try to have as much of your stuff digital as possible. Okay? You'll be surprised at how not having a bunch of books and all this other stuff clogging you up, how much that'll free you up. Try to go digital with as much of your stuff as you can. Okay? Go digital. What else? Oh, this will be important. Cancel all your subscriptions. Guys, you'll be shocked at how much money you guys are losing on like random subscriptions here and there. Okay? I highly suggest, and they're not even paying me to say this, get like a Rocket Money or one of these apps that tracks all your recurring expenses and cancel everything that you don't use. Okay? The Hulu account, the Netflix account, etc. Cancel all that stuff. Right? If you're not actively using it all the time to better yourself, by the way, get rid of it. If you're using Netflix to watch, a dumb TV show and you're not making 6 figures a year, cancel it. If you're watching Hulu all the time to watch anime, but you're broke still, cancel it. Okay? These are rewards for people that are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay? Hell, if you're broke, I don't even want you in OSS like that. Cancel OSS if you're not going to go ahead and use it and actually learn from it. You know? If you're a brokey, you don't have your stuff together, or you're not like, watching and learning, whatever, from here, then yeah. So yeah, guys, I want you guys to be making $10K per month. You guys can absolutely do it, man. Absolutely do it. Absolutely could be done. All right, let me read some of these chats real quick. Mine, I'm 17. In my psychology class, we have a Socratic seminar about LGDB, alphabet. It's a complete joke. I'm curious, what do you think I should talk about to help educate everyone about the joke is? You'll get yourself in trouble. Don't do that. My friend, you're in the Matrix. Just stay in the Matrix. Don't mess yourself up. You're 17. Warehouse guy. To all my fellow brokies out there, you have a bachelor's degree in anything work for Amazon. 4 a.m. will get you 60K base, 12.5K stock over 2 years with annual wage review of more stock every year. There you go. Forrest also, I'm 28, grew up in the projects, moved to LA, started making money, had all designer mad stuff I didn't need, blew all my money, left LA, California, bought a camper, living on a property I'm developing. I created 250K in equity, profit in the past 6 months, and starting a new project. Good stuff. One Chess says, W minimalism, W having self-control in your finances. I learned how you do anything is how you do everything. Manage all your dollars well, manage your calories well, and manage your minutes well, and you'll be ahead of 90% plus of people. Yep. Drewski, so you sold all those designer clothes or you just threw them away? I threw them away. Chef Tony, I've been a chef for 22 years. Yep, that was before we did that. Boogeyman, the cooking thing is tough. I prep boiled eggs for breakfast for the week. I buy prep chicken from Stu Leonard, so all I have to do is heat it up. I use 2 to 3 items max just to cook. Once you have the routine down, it could be pretty efficient. Still wouldn't be nice. Still be nice to have a girl do that for me, not going to lie. Yeah, that's pretty good right there, my friend. A meal prep service would be good too. Jay Diaz, yo, Myron, just chatted in Annie Frizella chat earlier, had a positive answer and said they had been planning on collaborating and hope it's true. We'll see what happens, bro. They got my number, you know. They got my number. They can hit me up. Pablito says, when it comes to cooking, I just buy stuff that bakes easy, like chicken thighs, just prep them and place them in the oven. Yeah, whatever's easiest for you guys. Punisher, wait a minute, Myron. With all due respect, I see you cooking every day, especially on X. Punisher, don't be low IQ, bro. I'm a podcaster. This is my job to be on X. Like, don't be low IQ, bro. Come on, man. Use your brain. You're smarter than that. Capitalist Joker. This minimalism video is such an important topic and honestly should be a life philosophy for any serious man. There be so many distractions in life. Focus on is extremely valuable. Thank you for sharing, Myron. Appreciate you, bro. Got you. America first and don't pay for box. Yeah, don't do that. That'll be very bad. Humble Genie. Tell these people to cancel anime, corn, and corn in general. If you are broke, then you obviously don't deserve to get laid. 4 months inconsistent in the gym will change the way you look and feel this drastically enough to get women. Fix the mind alongside the wallet. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the gym too. Like, this is something that I've talked about, but I'm going to harp on it even more so with minimalism. And this will help you stay disciplined too. Guys, you need to be in the gym. You need to train. Okay, one of the few things that memberships you need to keep is your gym membership. Whether you work out at your building, you have a membership to an LA Fitness or whatever, go to the gym. Because going to the gym, that's going to help you with creating a foundation of discipline. All right? Having a foundation of discipline, guys, is going to allow you to cut out all the clutter and all the stuff you have. It'll help you downsize your wardrobe. It'll help you make the decisions to buy the healthy food, right? Or to get the meal prep. So the gym is the foundation to everything. All right? It really is. Sidon, what if I got a subscription for my protein and creatine, saves me about $30 rather than buying it separately? Yeah, then that's fine. Look, guys, I'm talking about subscription services that don't serve you. All of you guys probably have like some app that you're paying for that you don't know, or you have a Netflix subscription that you don't use, or Hulu. I'm talking about something that you don't use. Or when you do use it, it doesn't benefit you. Hopefully, you guys are in OSS. You guys are watching the content. You guys are getting educated on, politics, the news, etc. You guys know what's going on in the world. That's why I make sure to, keep OSS's education heavy as possible. Yes, it's a little bit of entertainment, but it's mostly for your education. Okay. Pablito says, I took Myron's advice 2020 and bought my first house at 23. When people ask me how I say minimalism, I say no women. Yeah, that'll help you. That'll help you. Jiggy Season as an engineer in the oil and gas industry, it's very high risk reward job. So I need to control my finances because I can lose my job anytime. Layoffs are common in the oil field. Yeah, bro. Be smart. The real elite, to my last chat. What last chat did you say? Type it up again, bro, because I don't see it. Tones, haven't had many people talk about the cybersecurity path. We did a whole episode on that. Potential to make a lot of money, so much free education. Bro, we did an episode on cybersecurity. I'm pretty sure we had a guy come in and talk about it. One of Freshest people. Right? So, let's go through some of this stuff, recap. Number 1, foundation, get in the gym. Okay? I didn't mention it in the beginning, but I'm going to say it again now because it's the foundation for everything. Get in the gym and train. It's going to create the rudimentary basics and discipline that you need to get everything else done here. Next, cut your stuff down. 200 to 300 things that you own. Okay? To make the cuts and make it easier for you, if you haven't used it in between 30 to 90 days, get rid of it. Okay? Next, eliminate cooking if you can. Focus on making more money. Cook less. Don't have the pots and pans. Get rid of that. Okay? Either get a meal prep service or if you are going to cook, cut it down to maybe 1 day a week so you can focus on working because cooking is extremely time consuming. Okay? If you can, get apartments that are furnished. This isn't necessarily a step, but this is what I did when I told you guys my story. That will help you so much. Get an apartment that's furnished, guys, so you own less things. Okay? Cut down subscription services that aren't actively helping you. Okay? If you have a Kindle subscription, but you're reading books and you're becoming smarter, keep it. If you're watching OSS and you're not being, and you're learning, keep it. But if you're not, get rid of it. Even me, I'm not immune to this. Come back when you can afford it, especially if you're a brokey. All right? If you're a brokey, you got other things to focus on. If you're a brokey, you need to focus on getting 10K per month, bro. 10K per month is the goal. Okay? Cut and minimize everything in your life that isn't helping you with freeing up mind space so you can hit that 10K per month. Okay? You're never going to achieve financial freedom until you get 10K per month first. That is the first part. Okay? That is the first goal that you need. 10K per month. Okay, guys? What else? Also, try not to live with a woman. They're going to buy stuff. Live by yourself. Okay, guys? Live by yourself. Help you with peace. Help you with tranquility. It'll make you more attractive anyway. So don't live with a girl. Don't live with your girl. A big part of that isn't just about, maintaining attraction, but also because it's hard to find a woman that's a minimalist, guys. I'll be honest with y'all. Okay? Very difficult. So don't live with your girlfriend. YTL, what are your opinions on e-commerce businesses? Yeah, it's oversaturated, but a good percentage of those creators give up at least 3 months in. I know someone has to stand out, and I'll take time to figure that out. Yeah, that's cool. We did episodes with KT Hustles. Go check those episodes out on Fresh and Fit. Off topic, but I was double charged 6. Okay, I'll talk to Noble when I see him today. Hey, let me take a picture of this real quick. Taking a picture for you now. Send it to Noble for you. Netanyahu's coming back to the White House. Trump invited him again. What else is new, huh? What else is new? Cool, guys. Get your questions in because I'm going to wrap up soon here, man. My voice is cooked. But yeah, man, you guys shouldn't even be bothering looking for a woman unless you got your money on point, man. And I also want to be clear about this too. I said this earlier. Some guy said, "Oh, minimalism is a scam. I'm backpacking in Thailand and it sucks." Bro, that's because you're poor. Okay? That's because you're poor. There's a difference between being a minimalist because you have to be because you're poor versus being a minimalist because you're choosing to so you can have peace of mind and work harder. Big difference. If you're a brokey and you're a minimalist, it's going to suck. When you have your money together and you're a minimalist, it's going to create peace. Does that make sense, guys? These broke backpacker guys, nobody cares what your opinion is, bro. I'm sorry. I don't mind to be like a jerk or whatever, but you're poor. No one cares about your opinion. Okay? Clearly, you're in my chat right now in Thailand on a cell phone of some kind. Your priorities are messed up. You probably went to Thailand as a brokey, trying to be a passport bro, not realizing that you're poor. Not a good move. Chasing women across the country, across the globe. Don't do that. Sage, Myron, I work 3 jobs 7 days a week, close to 120 hours each week. I only make $80K per year, but you helped me build my discipline to go from 40 to 80K. Time for me to level up even more to push to 100. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Abraham, I'm 17, starting to make 5 to 10K a week. Okay, good stuff for you, bro. I was all for the cars and materialistic stuff, but you really guided me away from that. Yeah, bro. Don't be a moron. Because that money can come fast and then you lose fast too. The real elite. Related to Pierce surrounded official genders. Okay, I'm probably not gonna cover the Pierce thing, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go to Starbucks or something. I gotta get some tea and honey. I gotta rest my voice. But I'm gonna finish answering questions here for you guys. What else here? What is this question? Opinion on having hobbies? No hobbies unless you're making 10K per month, man. You don't deserve to have hobbies, bro. You don't deserve to have hobbies if you're making less than 10K per month. And I'm not trying to be hyperbolic or be a jerk saying that, but having hobbies is a privilege that comes from you having extra time, from you working hard. Okay? So yeah. Look, I got a hater saying, dude's been on for an hour. Bro, my voice is cooked. I'm sick and I'm still here. Like what? And I'm probably still going to do after hours. Bro, people are so unappreciative, man. What's this dude's name? Matt Cab? Bro, this dude's unappreciative, like, bro. And you're in CastleClub too? Bro, I don't even want you in, man. Cancel your subscription, bro. Just cancel your subscription, honestly. What the hell? Like, what's wrong with this guy? Any other questions, guys? I'll hang on for a little bit. If any questions. Nah, dude is just unappreciative, bro. Dude's name is Metcalf. Like, I don't even want him in the. Bro, you're an OSS. Like, get out, bro. I don't even want you in. Don't renew your thing, bro. Honestly. Like, what? Literally over here. Voice gone. Dude did like an 11, 12-hour stream yesterday. Dude is over here talking smack, bro. What? Are you serious, dude? Like, I don't want people like that in my community, bro. Like, you could be if you're a YouTube guy, that's one thing. But if you're in the OSS, like, bro, I don't even want you around, man. Like, I'll cancel your sub for you, man. Let me find this guy. Like, bro. Like, we don't need the subs that bad, man. Like, I don't want people like that in my community, bro. No way. Like, bro. Get this guy out of here, bro. Yeah, this dude out of here, bro. All right. AM Sports says, Myron, please explain Laura Loomer's agenda and what I debate her. She does a debate, bro. And she's a journalist. She breaks a lot of good stories. She kept Trump out of jail, honestly. Ibrahim, I know you lost your voice, but yesterday's stream was one of the best. Appreciate the work you put in. Now rest for the work you have ahead. Yeah, bro. That's why I got annoyed by this guy, Matt Cab. Like, unappreciative, bro. I don't even want you in my community, bro. Literally, I'm over here, feel like crap, sick. This guy's over here saying, like, oh, MFer been on for an hour. Like, bro, get out my chat, get out my community, bro. My son, would any other active sports that's hyper-focused on your body progression a good alternative than gym? Because as of now, I'm just so focused on my MMA trainings. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, if you're doing MMA, that's cool. That's cool, but don't be one of these brokies that's training MMA and you're broke. Like, don't do that. You know? Fifth Elemento. Martin, where do I send the DoorDash with chicken soup and hot? I appreciate you, man, but no, I'm good. I'm good. I just don't like unappreciative people. That's that's like one of my pet peeves, bro. I absolutely hate unappreciative people. So, did like a 10 or 11 hour stream yesterday. I stream more than anybody else, bro, by far. None of it comes close. Let's see here. Okay. Bamir says, hey, Martin, looking to lose weight without getting loose skin. Any tips or workouts to do in the gym? The key, if you want to lose weight without getting loose skin, is you got to do it very nice and slowly. You got to do it nice and slowly. If you lose weight too quickly, then that loose skin is definitely going to come. But if you're really big, it might be almost inevitable. Lana, I wish more women listen to Myron. W, almost 9 years with my husband. We just welcomed our baby and met when we were 16. Now we're 25. I'd love more women listen to you. I appreciate you, Laura. Or Lana, excuse me. Appreciate you greatly. Hey, as long as the smart ones listen, it's all good. Velo Geo is at the moment still good business to do. Still, I'm trying to get my money up. Okay. Rest up, Myron. Nobody works so hard as you do. I appreciate you, man. Fresh updates, WOSS. Appreciate you, man. Cool. I think we're Velo Geo. Is it a good idea to have crypto fund real estate so that I can do FHA loan on a duplex? You can, but remember, you have to pull the crypto out and pay capital gains taxes on it. So, and crypto is volatile. So make sure you know what you're doing. All right, cool. So, guys, I think that's gonna do it for today's episode, Money Monday. We're not gonna do the Pierce thing. I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the after hours right now. I think we're still gonna do after hours, whether I do it or sit in the back, and have Fresh and Chris do it, because I already know that I could stream and go hard, but I know if I do that, I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. You know when you're in that in between period, guys, where like if you don't sleep enough or you don't drink water or whatever, you're going to be sick the next day. I'm right there in that in between. Like every decision I make over the next, 12 hours is going to dictate how I feel tomorrow. It's like one of those pivotal situations. You feel like you're going to get sick. You're like, oh no, I need to get that emergency. That's where I am right now. So, and yeah. So that's what it is, man. Guys, it's fine, man. Don't be mad at this Matt guy or whatever his name is. We got rid of him. He's good. He's out of here. He's out of here, bro. Don't get pissed off at him, guys. No need. You always get weirdos every now and then. So some people, you always get like unappreciative people that are weirdos. It happens, dude. You got to remember that like a lot of people, man, like just don't have like social awareness. So it is what it is. But yeah, guys, I hope that helps you guys with your minimalism goals. We'll go through it one more time. Okay. Step one, you're going to get in the gym and you're going to train. That's going to build the foundational structure for you to have the discipline to actually, get this done and stick with it. Okay. Long term. It's not going to be easy to get rid of your stuff. But if you can go to the gym, grind in there, train really hard, make changes to your body, it's going to be a lot easier to make changes to things that you possess. Okay. Next, you're going to cut your things that you own down from 2 to 300 things, in that range. Okay. You're going to get rid of anything that you haven't used in the last 30 to 90 days. Throw it out. Okay. The closer you have to 200, the better. Hell, if you can cut it down to even 100, that's good. Okay. You're not going to own much clothes. You're not going to own much shoes. Maybe 2-3 pairs of shoes. Right. If you can, get an apartment that's furnished. Makes your life a lot easier. Try to avoid cooking. Get rid of pots and pans. Outsource that. Whether you get a meal prep service or you do minimalist cooking, or you get food that's easy to prepare, or you order out, outsource cooking right away. That's a huge time killer when you account for everything, right? Get rid of subscription services that aren't benefiting you. If you have like Crunchyroll or something like that, get rid of that if you're not making $10K per month. You have not earned the privilege of having a hobby or watching anime or enjoying yourself if you're not making $10,000 per month. Guys, it's 2025. $100,000 per year is going to be the new $50K per year. Okay? AI is taking jobs. This is literally sink or swim, do or die. Make as much money as you can now over the next 5 years. I honestly think opportunities are going to start dropping. Okay? Live by yourself. Don't live with your girlfriend. They'll also help you a lot. Okay? If you do, and then on top of that, now that you've minimalized a lot of the things in your life, the possession things, focus on making 10K per month, guys. 10K per month. Do or die. You can have a full-time job, drive Uber, do Uber Eats on the side. I don't care. But the goal is $10,000 per month. All of you guys can do that. Every single one of you can make 100K per month. If you're making 10K per month, you've officially made way too much to be cooking. Okay? So, there we go. Myron, when did you become minimalist? Like 2010, 2011-ish. Myron, I have $50,000 of liquid assets. Do you think I should use that to purchase a multifamily home in Massachusetts, or is that not enough? Probably not enough in Massachusetts, bro. I'll be honest with you. Probably not enough, unless you're going to do like a FHA home loan. And it depends where you're buying in Massachusetts. Jay Hunter, hey Myron, is there a way we can get a funny montage of your ethnic rants on for OSS only? Maybe Brett can make you guys a video. Velo, for next Money Mondays, you should have Carlton Dennis on. He's very good at tax savings and real estate. It'd be legendary with you and Steven on that day. I mean, we got Steven. Steven's the best. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that stream. I'm sorry my voice isn't the greatest, but a lot of good info there. We're gonna put I'm gonna put timestamps in here for you guys, and send this video to somebody, short and sweet, right around an hour. Send this video to somebody that needs help with minimalizing. I'm sure one of those tips right there can help you out, whether it's, getting rid of anything that you haven't used in 30, 90 days, or cutting down to 200 things, or eliminating cooking, eliminating subscription services you're not using. Okay. If you're gonna move somewhere to a new city, try to get a furnished apartment. Okay. It's worth a little bit extra, right, for the peace of mind. Okay, guys? Love you, ninjas. I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with the boys here for First Fit After Hours. And I'll catch you guys. Peace.